everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. This is Madden 18 on EA Sports. The Ravens continue to move through the season and want to find a way to secure win number 3 on the year. It's the Bengals going up against the Ravens.
Larry, thanks. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon, trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play there, second down. So 2nd and 10 here. Again, it's Mixon. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. And Eifert has it. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Dalton to his big target, Eifert, for the Cincinnati first. Play action here on first down. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Dalton, they'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Dalton with a give here to Mixon. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
And this one is right down the middle. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. So our initial drive here this afternoon results in 3. I'm not sure that was a statement necessarily, but getting points on the road, never a bad thing.
No question about it, Brandon. You had a crowd that was all fired up during pregame introductions, yet you're able to quiet them just a little bit by taking the early lead.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Here we go with 2nd and 7. Here's the first carry for Alex Collins. And now running right through it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On first, they go right back to Collins. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays, too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. Off the play fake. Nicholson. And he's got a man on the crossing route. That's Macklin. Now the ball comes loose, and the Bengals grab it. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. In our meetings this week, they kind of tipped us off. They wanted to play ultra-aggressive, forcing fumbles. They just did that right there.
They took it to the next level, didn't they? You're exactly right, because everyone talks about being aggressive on defense and tackling well. But they were talking about getting after the football, making sure the ball was stripped out each and every time they lined up someone to get them on the ground.
And the adjustment working early. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much room to operate as they'll get this up only to about the 41. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now 3rd down, less than a yard. Despite only needing 1, Dalton to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, when defensive coordinators game plan to put pressure on a quarterback, they often want to use blindside rushes, and that's exactly what they did there. The cornerback gets to him and drops him.
Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. Now Campanaro. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who... The drive starts with a run by Collins. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
On 1st and 10, Nicholson. And it's grabbed by Crockett Gilmore. And he takes this down deep into Cincinnati territory. And that one results in 35 yards.
When the big guy rumbles down the center of the field and he gains leverage on a guy trying to cover him, it is really, really tough for the defender to get through him to make a play on the football. That's why guys love to throw that route down the middle, throw it deep, and let the big guy go get it.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you've got the two defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Here's Collins. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Alex Collins, his second touchdown on the season. And the Ravens are in for 6.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. On the return, it's Alex Erickson. And out now, here come the Bengals. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before and realize it hasn't worked
so
something
well.
else. And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, either throwing it in the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it up, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. 1st down. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. He finds Ross, right side, it's complete. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. They'll run here with Mixon. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. So Dalton now. Got a man. It's Ross, complete. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
It's second down. Dalton looking. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And, a good hit there and knocked down hard. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's third down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
And Dalton to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Ross. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. First and 10 for Dalton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they'll throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
And tough starting field position here. They'll begin the drive with Collins. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
Now let's go. Blue Larney.
To throw on second down. Nicholson. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
Fresh set of downs here. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And again, it's Collins. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Nicholson setting up the screen for West. And he's able to get up here to the 26. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Alex Erickson deep for Cincinnati. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. They'll run it now out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Dalton throwing on second down. Caught Eifert over the middle. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. And a nice gain at 21 yards. To throw here, Dalton. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green, as the first half is winding down, and the Bengals are in for 6. So they're able to capture the lead here just before halftime.
And not only that, they get the ball to start the second half.
That's right.
This is almost like basketball down the stretch, right, where you get the 2-for-1 situation where you try and get 2 shots to your opponent's 1. In this situation, they got the touchdown. They'll get another shot at to start the second half.
Could be a big turnaround. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. There's a first down run with Collins. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
All right, here we go.
The final shot before break. Nicholson. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. The final shot before break. Nicholson airing one out from back. This is caught at the 20. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. To return, here's Michael Campanaro. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Now a give to Collins. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, 1 broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side, but for lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
All right, here we go.
To throw on third down, Nicholson. Well, he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. A third down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Dalton now to pass. Now they go screen. It's complete. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
when you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Now Dalton. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Ross. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Six yards here to go for the offense on second down. On the toss, Mixon. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now the Bengals on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Here's Dalton. Got his man. It's Eifert. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. Well, the offense lining up 1st and 10. Now they run with Mixon. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point you've got to win at the point of attack, and on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Second down, Dalton. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Third down, Dalton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. So it'll be first down here after the run.
Here we go.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now Collins. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
There goes Alex Collins. And now a first down following that long gain. They hand off to their big tight end. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Tucker now for the extra point. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This will be taken very short. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turn the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Looking to throw on second down. Dalton dumps it off to Mixon. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
The toss play to Mixon. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. A gain of 3, second down. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But the bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Here's Dalton. Quick hitch, complete. It's Ross. And he gets it down to the 32. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. Second down to the offense needing 5 yards. Out of the gun, it's Dalton to Mixon on the check down. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 4 of 7. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after him. Put the pressure on him.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Dalton here from the gun. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Bengals have taken the lead here in the 4th. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. Bullock out now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's able to get it up close to the 35, but hang on here. Penalty marker down. And this one might be going the other way. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Back to the Philly. Here we go. Here we go. Green, 35.
This is Collins on the handoff. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. So this offense really needs to make something happen here late in the 4th with the football.
Let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
They go again with Collins. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. They run with Collins. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. The Ravens moving quickly here as the clock runs.
Short game last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. Right side catch, Gilmore. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Back to throw. And that's complete to Gilmore. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down.
All right now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He's back to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. 23 yards on the play. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, here we go.
On second down, Collins. And look out, a big hit to the shoulder pads took him right off his feet at the 23. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third. Now a carry here for Terrence West. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Boy, you sure don't see that too often.
I guess you can't really call anything a gimme, but you figure with his track record, that's a sure thing. But it turns out it's not the case.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. As an inside linebacker, got to be a little bit more poised.
No doubt about it, because they get a little bit of flexibility, especially when they're trying to stuff a gap. You know, we get that double A gap look. This time he got too eager and got too deep into the backfield.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And they will take a knee here. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And they'll indeed take a knee. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these 2 teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for Cincinnati, it's an important win for their postseason hopes as they at least get back to 4-5. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall to 2-7. And they will try to turn it around next week as they head down to Carson for a matchup with the LA Chargers. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Baltimore, So long, everybody.